Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Community Fit, and in particular, a reset and restore. I'm James, and this is Bob. And I know we're used to, on this block, sitting in chairs and being a little more, get comfy, Bob, getting personal in that way. Today, we're going to be on the floor. If this setup is unavailable, like if you're sitting in an office right now and you're like, man, I really wanted some, we're gonna have some seated appropriate stuff to start off with, and maybe stick around and just kind of watch what's going on here today. Today in particular, we're gonna be working on releasing neck tension in some inobvious ways, and then we're going to be working on gut to hip release work today, which has a huge ripple effect throughout the totality of your system. Yes, hips are important for movement. Pelvis is important for movement, but it's also really important for metabolizing and moving through stress, anxiety, and trauma, because the legs and the pelvis, and even to a degree the gut, hold on to our fight and flight reflexes a lot. So we're going to start up here, we're going to end down here, and we're going to get through what we can get through today with this one today. If you may even get some extra dopamine hits today, because Bob is in rare form, so I don't know what's going to happen today. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to slide a little bit closer here. Bob's going to come a little bit closer too, because we're going to start, as I said, with some neck stuff. You'll also notice I have a pillow back here. It's not super necessary, but for some of the lower body work we'll be going through today, a pillow might be nice just for like comfy, relaxed time. Where actually it's not going to be an important part of the practice, but since we're lying down, some people prefer to have a pillow beneath their head. So if you need this time to go get a pillow, go get a pillow. Okay, we're gonna start off working with neck, but we're not even gonna touch the neck at all. In fact, we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff that's gonna have a systemic release, a nervous system release on the neck. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna bring our hands together. We're gonna get them warmed. We're gonna go right into the jaw. So my hands are relatively soft. If there's a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no pressure, no touch at all, 10 being like the most you can imagine, I'm at about a 2. I'm doing a gentle push in. I'm just holding. As I do that, my top teeth separate from my bottom teeth. And if that feels really good, you can just stay there. If not, I'm going to push in up to about a 3 or a 4, and then I'm going to drag downwards. From there, I'm going to let my head begin to tilt to the left. And then change my mind and let my head tilt to the right. Tilting. And tilting. Side to side. Good. When you get to where there's no more, you can see my hands have traveled down to the bottom jaw. I'm just going to massage very generically bottom jaw. Now, take and kind of palpate the bone of that bottom jaw. And imagine like a skeleton, right? Like how there's that protrusion at the bottom of the jaw. Well, you can kind of feel that jaw, if I'm going to take like an aerial view, it kind of from the ears goes down and then it kind of goes flat, goes like that. And right on these edges here, if I take my fingers upwards a bit, there's like 2 little holes there. These are the holes that some of your jaw nerves come out of and kind of, what word, innervate the bottom jaw here. Think about if you've ever had to get like a filling or a root canal and how the nerve the dentist is trying to deaden or numb are these. So if you just kind of go up and in right here and just do little circles. Maybe some reverse circles. It stimulates that nerve, which has a ripple effect all the way through the face and neck. And again, I'm working at a level 2 or 3 here. Like it's not super intense. Good. Then I'm going to take and just kind of have my fingers go along the hairline, and I can do like raindrop taps. Or I can do kind of like I'm itching, or some like deep massage work there, but it's all along your hairline. That's a beautiful thing. Everyone's is different. It's right on your hairline. And by grabbing a hold of your ear, and I'll kind of demonstrate it with a singular ear here. We're going to take these fingers and we're just going to do like a really generic massage on the what's called the conch of the ear. All the way up, starting off very, very general. Now, if that general massage is enough for you, stay there. If not, notice how your the ridge of this ear kind of curls in. But we're just going to very gently like uncurl that cartilage. In fact, I'll come even a little bit closer. We're just uncurling the cartilage. Really gently, really easy. If you are someone who intuitively plays with your ears, some people do that. What your nervous system is likely calling you to do is self-regulate. So you're actually doing a really good thing unconsciously. Now we're just turning that more conscious. Good. Then we can go and do the other side. We're just starting off with a really general massage. And then slow uncurl. So I'm going to take my time. Bob has made his way to the pillow back there. I think I've lost my pillow. It's now Bob's. There's your dopamine hit for today. Feel good hit. Good. Then going right into the sinuses. Again, I can do raindrop taps. I can kind of get in there, or I can like really get in there. All the way into like eyes and eyebrows. Again, you don't have to go super hard. If you're at a level 3, that's probably hard enough or almost too hard. Go even softer. Good. And then just notice. Notice the face, notice the neck, notice the jaw, anything that might be different. Hopefully by now you're getting used to taking your baseline before you're even prompted. Like, what did your neck feel like before? What felt important? What did your jaw feel like before? Did you check in with that? If not, get into the habit of doing the check-in. A little bit of movement through here. Now, one of the, there are two areas of importance when we're talking neck health. the tongue, and the eyes. So we're going to start off with eyes. You're going to let your nose look forward at whatever it's looking at. We're going to let the eyes gently scan to the left and then gently panoramically scan to the right. Now, you can continue to do that, or keep your eyes softly focused, which is a very different cue than stare at the thing in front of you. Softly focus on what's in front of you, almost like you're looking at a really beautiful wide sunset or sunrise, your choice. And then let the nose go to the left and the nose go to the right. The muscles that control the eye, or the nerves that control the eyes, are the same nerves that help to control the top of the neck and spine. So influencing, working with those nerves has a ripple effect throughout the totality of the spine, and in particular, upper spine. You can do that, or as my nose looks left, my eyes look right, and vice versa. Good. Coming back to center. Next is the tongue. The tongue is directly connected to some of the major nerve complexes in the throat and the jaw. So it can be really, really simple to work with the tongue. Mouth open, mouth closed. You're just going to start to make shapes with your tongue. Now, your tongue is going to have a different movement vocabulary than mine does. You may not be able to curl your tongue. You may be able to curl your tongue in multiple places. You may not be able to flip it side to side or make it broad and make it long. None of that really matters. Get into the habit of going, can I? And it can just be like shape making, or you can go, wonder if I can try my best to touch my left ear. Try to touch my right. Try to touch my nose and my chin. Try to curl. Try to flip. Whatever it is. Or you can get a little more specific and go, I'm just going to make the biggest circle I can make with my tongue. Mouth open, or even mouth closed. And then reverse that. Good. Last but not least on this section, we do a lot in Reset and Restore, well, in all my classes, with orientation. Generally, we flip it into visual orientation. I'm looking for what's in the room. When we want to affect the vagus nerve, in particular, that is that overarching controlling nerve of the body that does a lot of jobs. But for the context of this class, what it does is helps to regulate and socialize the nervous system, make your nervous system better. Take it to the level you would hope it would be, relaxed and alert at the same time. One of the best ways to influence that is actually sound and like natural ambient sound. So we're going to orient today to sounds. Close your eyes, it helps. Cover your eyes or keep your eyes open. You decide which one works the best for you. And begin to listen to the sounds in the room. Begin to locate with your hearing which sound in the room sounds closest. Is that coming from your left to your right, in front or behind? How far are you away from that sound? Then locate instead the sound that's the furthest away from you. Is it inside? Is it outside? Is it moving fast or slow? Then begin to listen for all of the sounds you can hear right now. You're going to be really shocked. Currently, you've noticed at least 2 sounds. The sound of my voice could be a 3rd. Likely there's a 4th, a 5th, even a 6th sound. Be the sound of a fan, outside sound, someone else talking, an animal in the room, neighbors. How many unique sounds can you hear? Good. Now, if this portion of the class feels necessary for today, stick with this. You may have already gleaned all you need to glean out of today's class. I'm now going to move into some lower body work. We're going to have a number of things. We're going to start off with TRE, tension and trauma release exercises. It is a whole series of these. We're just doing 2. The hip stuff today, which requires us to venture into the land of therapeutic tremors, or the way our body naturally shakes loose stress, trauma, and anxiety. If you've ever experienced shock, if you are someone who gets kind of shaky in anxious or nervous or frightening or scary moments, that is a therapeutic tremor. That is your body doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not hard. This is super simple. It's so organic and natural. And having said that, you will likely come up against emotional or cognitive friction, meaning you're going to think, oh, this is weird. I don't like this. Or you're going to feel like, oh, this is vulnerable. I don't like this. It's learned. The more you go through it, the more comfortable you get with this. So it may not happen for you today. And it might not be that you're doing anything wrong. You might be doing all of the steps right, and your nervous system just isn't ready, is not trusting of this moment yet to let that happen. So just go through the protocol. If you're like, oh, I'd like to explore that, go through it again. Later today, go through it again on your own over and over and over. Then we're going to end with something that bridges along yoga nidra, or some relaxing postures that have all to do with what's called non-sleep deep rest. When I teach people about rest, immediately what comes to mind is sleep. Sleep is not the only category of rest. That's like a 90-night rest. Non-sleep deep rest means that my nervous system is in such relaxed downregulation, and I'm still alert enough to be cognitive. So if you fall asleep, great, cool, no big deal. But the goal is, how restful, relaxed, calm can I get without falling asleep? That's the goal. Let's get started. We're going to lie down. You will not, for this, need a pillow. You could if you'd like. We're going to come down. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. My knees are not open as wide as they could be, and they're definitely not as close as they can be. They're somewhere in between closed and open. Thanks, Bob. From there, I'm going to squeeze the soles of my feet together. I'm going to squeeze my butt cheeks so that my pelvis rocks away from the floor. I'm in an imprint. Tailbone is off the mat. Then I'm squeezing my feet together, pushing my feet down, squeezing my butt cheeks together. There's so much tension here. It's like my knees are trying to come together a little bit, and I'm pushing down. I'm not in my highest bridge. I'm not in my lowest bridge. I'm somewhere in between, squeezing. And I'm going to hang out here for at least 40 more seconds. Another 20 or so seconds here, squeezing. Tension is your friend here. Another 5 seconds or so. Then as we travel back down, do not release the tension. Come back down. Slowly release the tension. Then slowly, thoughtfully, begin to bring your knees together inch by inch. Slow. If you move too quick, too fast, you'll miss it. At some point, yep, there's mine. At some point, your legs will likely begin to vibrate, shake, or tremor. That's what we're looking for. That is the release of stored up tension in the hips, pelvis, and legs. So I'm just going to let it shake, and I'm going to see if that shake, that tremor, that movement can travel elsewhere in the body. It may not. That's not the goal. It's just like you're showing up to the party and going, huh, what's there? Just letting that tremor happen. When I no longer want it to happen, I can bring my knees more together, slide one leg straight and then the other, and it will stop. Now, for the sake of class, we're just doing one rep. You may need to do a couple of more. I just wanted to get us accustomed to this. You can find this exercise all over previous stress reset classes. From there, we're going to bring the feet wide, knees narrow. I'm squeezing my legs together. I'm squeezing my glutes together, and I'm doing the same baby bridge. This time, my knees are together, my feet are wide, and I'm really squeezing through the inner thighs. And I'm gonna hold, hold, hold. My feet are pushing down, and I'm squeezing. I got 30 more seconds here. As you slowly start coming back down, knees are going to try their best to stay together. When your tailbone is touched down, walk your feet together and then slowly open your knees inch by inch, looking for the same shaky, vibrating, tremoring sensation. And remember, yours may not happen today, and that's fine. Sometimes this is like a it's like learning to, it's a horrible simile, but what's coming to mind? Well, it's like learning to appreciate vegetables. It's like learning to appreciate wine. It's like learning to appreciate art. The more time you spend with it, the more you understand and can pick up nuances. Most people don't like kale at the beginning, but spending some time with it, you're like, oh, got it. I understand this. Letting it shake, letting it tremor as needed. For the sake of class, I'm going to slowly bring my legs together and then slide one leg and then the other to let that stop. This is where you may enjoy a pillow, either here, or you may like two to support your knees. You'll figure that out here in a moment. Come on, Bob. Work with me, buddy. Thank you. We're going to, okay. This is a good one, everybody. Bob is sitting on my face. Okay, from there, we're gonna let our knees open up as wide as they can go. I happen to be pretty flexible in this position. Maybe yours doesn't do this. That's fine. But we're just gonna hold here. If you need, you could stick a pillow underneath right knee and underneath left knee and just be there. Good job, Bob. And we're just gonna be here. The groin and inner legs typically get very, very, very tight. Oh, there it was. Bob's like, oh, are we going to bed? Because sometimes when we fall asleep at night, Bob likes to sleep like right in between your legs. No, it's not bedtime, Bob. We're just going to be here, seeing if we can relax, letting gravity do her job to kind of open up and stretch. This is that non-sleep deep rest. There is little tension here, just relaxing into this. Now, for some of you, this is enough to just be here. If you'd like more, right hand below, left hand on top. If you are left-handed, swap that. Because the bottom hand is passive and relaxed. The top hand is the one doing the push. I can take it to my solar plexus or upper belly, low rib area. And I'm just going to do a gentle push and release. I'm going to go to the left of it. Gentle push, release. Push, release. Like I'm drawing a circle around my belly button. A big, huge circle all the way along the perimeter of my abdomen. Push, release. Push, release. Just continuing along. Push, release. You can continue there or just breathe. How close to falling asleep can you get without falling asleep? You may find it beneficial too with your eyes closed. Allow your eyes to roll up and backwards a bit. If this is comfortable and doable, please, please, please stay here. This next thing is not for you if this is working for you. I want to change my shape to begin to include people who either cannot get into this shape or this is uncomfortable or they don't prefer it. If this is working for you, this next one is not for you. Stay here. If you'd like support elsewhere, over to your stomach and take one leg out to the side to the best of your ability. Notice the space, this is my left leg, the space in between your left hip and the floor. Could that get a little closer? Right leg is straight underneath me, left leg is out to the side. And I'm just now breathing into my belly. And when I do that, my belly pushes more firmly against the floor. Exhale, I sink deeper into the floor. Some people find this more preferable than the last exercise. Which one works better for you? Again, how close to falling asleep can you get without falling asleep? If I were to do this on my own, I would hold those shapes for substantially longer, maybe another 3 minutes or so. For the sake of today, I'm going to go to the other leg to just show you that you do both legs when you do this one. Now, when you're ready, come out of that. Take your time finding your way up to a seated position. Maybe start by doing a gentle rock and just noticing what feels different. Because we're at lunchtime here, and that non-sleep deep rest can often put us in a super relaxed state, we're going to end with a little shaking to kind of wake ourselves up. So we're shaking, 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 up, 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 up. Shake, 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 shake. I may even want to snap and close my eyes and kind of listen to the snaps. Locate that. Or I may want to go into some slapping. I'm going to wake myself up. Hey, Bob. Waking up. Hi, Bob. Whatever it is, I hope you learned something new, and I hope you feel better. Well, now Bob's awake too. Hope you feel better leaving the class than you did coming in. Bob? Yeah. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
That was great, James. Thank you so much. Bob was definitely a highlight. You didn't see him. He was sleeping on your pillow when you were doing the breathing in the beginning. I got a picture for you. Thank you guys, everyone. Just a quick update on the recordings. I know a few of you had asked about the link. I did put the link in the chat if you want to go grab it. I have also emailed it to a couple of you. I did just get an update from our marketing department. She is hoping to have them up by later this evening. But let's give her till the middle of next week. We'll see what happens. But I think that it's coming. There was a little bit of a technical glitch with YouTube, so we're almost there, but we do have all of the former blocks of Community Fit already there. So go ahead and check those out. Other than that, have a fabulous weekend, unless you have any questions. I didn't see anything pop up there.
No.
Awesome. Yeah, Bob is just so adorable. I just can't even tell you.
Is he though?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Like you said, a huge dopamine, rush.
Yeah, that he is good at. That he is good at.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Bob.